guys, I'm back again today with another reaction video, and today we're reacting to Visit USA 10 cultural I cannot pronounce L R ever. I don't know, I have a lisp or something. But anyways, we have 10 culture shock foreign tourists have when they visit America. So let's see what we have. Before we do start, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click that bell button to get notified whenever, so that you don't miss out when I put out a video, because I don't know what is the schedule of upload on this channel. So just click the bell button so that you will be notified. You're like, oh, Ruky has a video today, yes, let's watch it. Or, ooh, okay, I haven't gotten a notification for like 2 years, so Ruky isn't uploading. But that's not gonna happen. So yes, let's check this out. I'm really enjoying these videos. I'm learning a lot. I'm a type of person that likes to know people, culture, and places. I mean, that is the reason why I took tourism in the first place. My favorite subject is geography. Next comes history. Don't put me in math and science together, because we are gonna fight. But when it comes to like learning about places and culture and tradition, I'm there. I'm your girl. So anyways, let's see.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. Today we're in Springfield, USA.
Illinois.
Yes, the home of the Simpsons.
Is it?
Well, actually, not the actual home of the Simpsons. There's actually about 20 or 30 Springfields throughout the U.S. This just happens to be Springfield, Illinois. And today we have for you are 10 things that are going to shock you about when you come to the U.S. Because there are things that do shock people when they come here. You know, how many flags are flying all around every single city, and how many...
We're not really patriotic here, in a sense. We are not.
Starbucks and McDonald's are in every single city, and the Americans actually eat cheese that's in a can that they spray in their mouth.
I don't know if we
What the
have
heck is
canned
that?
cheese.
And look, no need to refrigerate. I'm not even talking about the politics of the U.S., which is also a shocking kind of thing. Today we're going to focus on our 10 things that shock foreign tourists when they come to the U.S. So let's get started.
Okay, I'm excited.
All right, so the first thing that's going to shock you when you come to the U.S. are the sizes of the U.S. And when I talk about sizes of the U.S., I mean the actual size of the U.S.
I talked about this a while ago in another video.
Okay, when you want to get around, but also the sizes of the food you get here, the portion sizes, free refills. Oh my God, it's soda without end. But also the size of the people, and that's why I really kind of focus on the size of the U.S.
I'm huge also for this country, so I think I'm gonna fit in perfectly when I'm in the States. I'm gonna be like, oh, this is my long lost home, because I'm huge. I'm like a giant in this country.
The first kind of shock, because I'll meet tourists that are coming to the U.S.
I'm gonna be small there, I think so.
I'm gonna fly into New York, just rent a car in New York, drive down to Miami, and then drive over to Las Vegas to do some gambling. That shouldn't take so long. I mean, it's all in the same country. What you need to realize is the U.S. is huge. That drive from New York City to down in Miami is going to take you 18 hours straight of driving. That means no potty breaks, no...
Excuse me, why? I have to see the map of the U.S. I don't even remember where Miami is. Did we even do U.S. map geography in this country of ours? I don't know. Probably we did. U.S. map. I want to know where Miami is. Okay. I look. Oh yeah, it is down there, and we know that New York is here. So it looks far. It looks far.
Getting food, no getting gas, 18 hours straight. Oh no, of course, no construction,
I think
no
I'm gonna
traffic jams, nothing like that. I mean, it's literally, 1,300 miles, or about 2,000 kilometers, just from New York to the tip of Florida.
That is so long. That's a day.
Well, that's another 4,000 kilometers. And it is huge distances when you are traveling the U.S. And that does surprise people when they realize this, wow, this is a lot bigger than traveling around Germany. Well, yeah, Germany, you can take the train around and see everything. Here in the U.S., you just really can't do that. The distances are just too big.
Just fly.
And of course, with those...
But it would be nice to road trip around the U.S. That's a thing that a lot of tourists would love to do. But then, when we go there, we might be thinking, oh, it's just an hour, 3 hours, 4 hours max to each state, but oh no, it would be nice to just go road trip around the state.
As I said, the portion sizes here. One of the things I love to see is when people realize that we have free refills in the U.S.
I mean, the drinks, I knew that.
But a fountain soda, you know, when they pour the soda for you, if you go to a restaurant...
The crazy part is I don't even drink soda. I don't remember the last time I touched soda. Probably years ago. Maybe last year. Because I only drink... Okay, I drank it on New Year's Eve. But I go for Diet Coke. I mean, not Diet Coke. Sugar-free. I think it's the same cheese, right? I don't really drink soda. Maybe if it is like in a drink, like let's say Jack Daniels and a Coca-Cola, yes. But
the time, your Coke, your Pepsi,
not
your Mountain
with
Dew,
my food,
which is super caffeine stuff, your
just
Dr. Pepper or root beer, which foreigners tend to hate, but we Americans love. It's free refills. You just get more and more and more. So you only pay once and you get all the soda you ever want. Sadly, that free refill stuff doesn't count for alcohol. Dang it.
That is what they need, but in Europe.
But the thing is that free refills, but also the portion sizes here in the U.S. kind of explain some of these things. Because you'll see is when you're going to get your McDonald's or whatever in Germany, you get the large there, okay? The large is a half liter. Well, the large in Europe is just a medium here. Because here...
This is the large for you guys? I'm assuming, based on what he's saying, that is a 1.5, okay, 2 liters, he says, of Coke is a large in Burger King. And this is your small. I cannot even drink this. Whenever I buy, like, food outside and it comes with drinks, I always say no drink. Or I take the drink and give it to someone else. Or I always drink water. Even juice I cannot. I mean, I choose not to, actually.
You can get literally larges that are like this big. It is insane, the portion sizes. And when you go to the restaurants, sometimes you'll think, man, there's enough on one plate to feed 2 people. Yes, there probably is. So just know when you're coming to the U.S., you might pack on a few pounds or kilos or stones, whatever, you know, whatever
kilos,
whatever measurement you want to use, because there is a lot of really big portion sizes. But there are a lot of really good food around here in the U.S. No, it's
like
not just McDonald's.
No,
you go to other places too. And then the third of those size things are the size of the people. Yes, there are a lot of husky, as I like to call myself, husky, fluffy Americans. Yes, we do eat a lot, and no, we don't go around a lot. We're driving a lot and things like that. And so you will see a lot of big people here. But the thing is, not every...
Oh, maybe that's why also, like, Americans are bigger, because they drive everywhere. And in, like, Asian countries or European countries, since everything is close by, the transportation is mostly, like, trains and stuff like that, right? And most people walk in this side of the world, and also in the other side, which is Europe, they walk a lot, so it makes sense.
Big fat slob like me, okay? There's all kinds of shapes and sizes of Americans that you are here, so don't just think every American just goes to McDonald's and gets fattened up. That's just me, okay? So just know that there are this size of the U.S. will shock you when you look at those things, all right? Now, the second thing that's going to shock you when you come here...
I think that's his wife and kid, right?
Look,
I'm guessing.
Rumor that, Americans are just fake friendly. No, Americans really are super friendly. No matter where you go, people will try to help you. They'll show you around.
Oh, wow,
They'll say, hey,
nice.
Which restaurants should you go to in this town? What site should we see? Hey, I'm lost. Could you help me find the highway? People are really nice from the U.S. and at different parts. You go to Minnesota, they're insanely friendly. In the South, they're insanely friendly. And that's one thing is people need to understand is the U.S., we do help each other out. We do ask you, hey, how are you? Hey, how's it going?
Because
how can I help you?
I'm really bad at making
friends. And that
friends,
service kind of scares tourists when they come. They're like, I just walked in the store and they're asking me, how can they help? I don't even know what your store has yet. How can you help me when I don't even know what you have? Look, just know that in the U.S., we're all about service. We're going to ask you right away, what can you get? What do you need to drink?
I don't know.
What do you want to order? Can I help you with your clothes? What are you looking for? That is just how we work here. Another thing is when you look at the US, you're going to have a big mix of people here. There's no one American. You know, you always have these stereotypes of this or this or this of Americans. Look, Americans come in all shapes, all sizes, all religions, all colors, all creeds, all hairnesses. Because honestly, the only fake stuff you see in the U.S. are the artificial colorings. Like you're going to see like the Fantas and the sodas and the cereals. You're like, wow, those colors like glow in the dark. Yes, the artificial coloring thing here, that's the fakeness of the U.S. The friendliness of the people, that's not fake.
Okay.
They're awesome. So we're in Las Vegas now. The third thing is going to show you.
Is he like going to different states in each video? Damn, how many years did this take?
Coming to the U.S. is ID, please. I need some identification, please. The fact that people have to have an ID to buy liquor. And
so 21 to buy alcohol or cigarettes is 18. Oh, here it's 18, but you can get it when you're like 2 years old. That's the problem here is, of course, malls and, you know, how do I say this? Like upper end, not really. Malls, 7-Elevens will, like liquor stores and stuff like that, will ask you for an ID if you look young, but most of the time they don't really ask. Just pretend you're old enough. I mean, I'm not giving you hints, but just pretend you're old enough and they will sell you alcohol. Or most of the time they don't check, okay? They don't really check. And we have these small stores where we call Sari Sari store, where you can be 2 years old and they will sell you alcohol or cigarettes, because what the kids do is they will be like, oh, this is for my dad, this is for my mom, I'm just buying for my brother or my sister or something like that. They just lie as kids. Because where I'm living right now, right, outside, there are these kids that I think they're like 7 years old or 8 years old or 10 years old that are smoking outside the house. So every time I go out, I'm like, why? I'm always like this old woman shouting at these children. Back in the days before COVID, right? They always hang out in front of the house. I don't know why they choose our house, but yeah, they're always smoking and they're so young, and it's even I don't know.
Cigarettes in the U.S. Because in the U.S. you have to be 21 to buy alcohol and 18 to buy cigarettes, and basically you have to look like you're 40 to actually buy them without them asking for your ID.
Wow,
so make sure you keep your passport
crazy,
with you, so if you're gonna buy stuff, you have that. And it's not just you, the person buying, the people with you, they might need an ID too. All right.
Yeah, that's a good practice, or a good law, because it really allows the minors to, you know, it makes it hard for them to get those things.
The desert of Vegas. Now we're here on the coast, here in Florida. And the fourth thing that's going to shock you when you come to the U.S. is the price is never actually what you pay in the U.S.
We've heard this a lot.
Now, in Europe and other countries, you already have this VAT, value-added tax, that's already put into the price. Here in the U.S., we have what we call sales tax, which is added on after you buy the product. So if you go to a McDonald's and you say, oh, I'm going to get a hamburger on the dollar menu, I've got $1, I should be able to buy it. No, that $1, then you got to put the tax on top of it. It can be anywhere from, 7 to 15%. Some states have it, some states don't. It can vary between locations. So that $1 cheeseburger or hamburger can actually cost you $1.10. It gets really frustrating when you think about it, because it's not just sales tax that gets added onto a price. If you go out to a restaurant, you also have tipping. And tipping in the U.S.
Here, since the tax and everything is part of everything, you will see a lot of commercials that will be like, let's say McDonald's, $1 burger, and it will play for the whole country, that commercial. It's not going to be like separate for different places. We don't have states here, so I don't know. It's not going to be different for every place you go into in the Philippines. It's going to be the same $1 McDonald's burger here, and in another city, in another city, in another city. It's going to be the same all throughout. So you know that if I have $1 and I walk into McDonald's, I'm going to get this certain burger. I'm not going to be coming out not having a burger because of the tax that I didn't remember or didn't know about. Do I even make sense? No.
US is traditionally between 15 and 20%
I've lost the plot,
at a
guys.
sit-down restaurant. So think about it. You go to a sit-down restaurant, right? So you got a $100 bill. Okay, I got a $100 bill in my hand, and the bill for the meal is $100. I should be fine. Oh no 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 no. That $100, well, you got to add on another 10%.
What is 10%?
Because of, well, taxes, right, and sales tax, and then another 15% on top of that for tipping.
Oh, okay. So $10. 10% on your bill for the tax, and then 15% for. Oh, that's a lot.
So now your $100 bill for a dinner is actually $125. And I know people might not agree with tipping, but that's how it works in the U.S. They're not paid a great wage, but they make a lot more money on tips, and that's.
I really love that part, the tipping part. I mean, like if it is because it's gonna go to the waiter, the waitresses, and all that, the staff who actually worked hard for you to get a good service, then I would definitely be willing to tip. But in this country, it's just not.
You get this good.
And sometimes some places don't allow tipping. Like for example, I don't remember where we went to before, and my mom was like, "Oh, this is a tip," and they were like, "No, no, no, we don't accept tip here. My boss will get pissed or whatever." So some places they don't allow you to tip, and some places you can, but it's centralized or kept in the packet by the owner, which I get pissed at.
Service we kind of talk about sometimes, that's where that comes from. Now the fifth thing we have that shocks people is when you come here, you think, oh, the U.S. is so developed, they've got all this stuff here, they must have good public transportation.
Oh, oh gosh.
Good public transportation in the U.S. do not go together.
Oh.
Yes, there are some cities that have decent public transportations. Chicago, New York, Boston, big cities. You probably can get some decent public transportation within the city. But a lot of places out there, there's either
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to survive there because I'm like a very public transportation person. Like I love taking cabs, and we don't necessarily have buses, but okay, let's say buses. I don't drive. The reason why is because driving in this place is hectic. I would rather have peace of mind. There's no parking, and the traffic is crazy, and the driving here is crazy, so
public transportation or very limited transportation or public transportation that a tourist would not want to ride on. I would say that does get kind of frustrating. We're like, wait, you've got all this stuff, but you know what? You gotta drive everywhere. Anyway, the sixth thing that's gonna shock you when you come here are the toilets. And specifically,
I thought that was
the
about
public
barbecue.
toilets in the US. Look, I know I talk about toilets a lot in my videos, and actually one of our fans made a video of just me saying toilet, and all these different places. But I'll be honest, when you come to the US, public toilets are free. There's tons of public toilets, and restaurants have them free for everybody. But the thing is, public toilets in the US are usually kind of gross. But what I think is funny is when you look at
it not as gross as this place, okay? But some public toilets are actually really good, but we pay for our public toilets. They'll be like 5 pesos, you can enter.
Toilets in the US. I get a lot of friends of mine coming from around the world. They're like, oh my God, your toilet has so much water in it. And yes, the U.S. toilets do use a lot of water. Now, they're starting to get the lower water content toilets, but there are a lot there. So you're kind of like, oh my God, am I supposed to wash my feet in the toilet here? Or do I go to the bathroom in it? It's kind of crazy.
It's a lot.
And probably another toilet thing that shocks people is when you go to a public place and they have toilets, there's so much space between the doors. Like you can literally look through the crack and see who's in there doing their business, what business they're doing, what book they might be reading, okay? Because you can look through the side of it, and then underneath there's like this much of a gap underneath, so you can see, oh, are their feet there? But literally you can see everything. So those public toilets really are quite public when you are there, and that does kind of shock people when you are there. But what is cool is you do have the toilets all over the place. They are free everywhere around the US, so that is a really cool thing. So we've moved from the sunny coast of Florida to the sunny coast or banks of the muddy Mississippi River. And the next shock we have for you coming to the US are the Americanisms when you come here. Look, there are things that are typical USA, and part of that is USA, USA. Yes, one of the Americanisms here is the patriotism in the US. You will see the flag flying all over the place.
Even in my stepdad's house, he has a flag outside. I'm like, oh my gosh, like really? Even like, why? But I mean, no fault, I guess. At it, like, do you boo? But it's interesting. Yeah, yes. I don't know. For me, it's kind of like weird to have it like in front of your house. If it is establishments like restaurants or buildings or whatever, government buildings, I would understand that. But like in your house, does it say something other than I'm patriotic and I love my country? Does it have other meanings if you have a flag outside your house? Or it's like, don't come to my house. No, I'm just kidding.
And the people, they love America, America. You will see that. And some of the kind of quirky things about Americans when you do come here, you will see. And just America in general. Okay. You know, I talked about the toilets. Well, one of the things about the toilets is, by the toilets, you always see this kind of silver box next to it. And people are bending over at it. You're like, what's going on here? It's a water fountain, okay?
Oh,
we like to give away
like
free
I've seen
stuff
the
here in
movie.
the U.S., whether it's free water or free bread at a restaurant, or go to a Mexican restaurant, you have chips and salsas until you vomit, and you don't have to pay for it. I mean, there's some...
What? So you can just go to a restaurant and you get free bread? The only place that does this is like high-class restaurants. They give you bread, but I don't think it's unlimited. I mean, you can ask them, and some of them will give you, but some other restaurants is just like one time, just waiting for your food, right? And yeah, we don't have this, but we should.
So many Americanism little things when you're here with the flag. How much we love it. You'll have American flag t-shirts. Heck, you can have American flag undies.
Oh, wow.
Okay? You know, we
I mean,
joke about
I don't mind American flag
fast food. Well,
fashion.
There is fast food all over the place, and yes, we do have McDonald's everywhere, but we've got more than McDonald's. You've got Culver's in the Midwest. You've got In-N-Out Burger on the West Coast. What a Burger in Texas. Shake Shack in New York. And you have all these fast food places all over the place with their super huge drinks.
I think we have
the large
here,
holds
but
1
I'm not
liter.
sure.
I believe that's what you people call liters, okay? And,
No,
liters. Well, there's a whole thing right there that Americans don't get. Do you know the only way Americans know the metric system is because of our soda.
Oh,
this is a 2 liter of Pepsi. This is a 2 liter of Coke. And you know what? That's how we know liters here. It's by our soda sizes, okay? Otherwise, we
even the soda sizes are huge. The most common soda size here in the bottle like that here in the Philippines is the 1.5. So 1 liter 0.5, 500 ml is the most popular one. And 2 liters is very, very hard to find. But I'm not sure nowadays, since I don't even buy it, so I'm not sure nowadays if it has like leveled up to like 2 liters. Mostly, yeah, I remember back in the days, like 1.5 or 1 liter. You can never find 2 liters. You just have to buy 2 of that 1 liter bottles. Because people don't really drink soda. They do, though. But not as much as, I guess, America.
Gallons, we use feet, we use inches, we use miles. That's how they do it here. And a lot of tourists...
Our metric system is fudged. We use kilometers, we use foot, and then we use meters, and then we use liters. So it's like a combination of... How do you call this? A combination of what Americans use and what the British or Europeans use.
Have a hard time with that when they're trying to figure out, well, how much is a gallon? A gallon is about 4 liters, just so you know. Okay, it's
we
like
use
2
liters,
of these out there. Gallons. Oh, in the U.S., how you get great quantity discounts. See this Coke? This was $1. See this Pepsi? This was $1 at Walmart. Love you, Walmart. And let's not forget about the Walmarts out there. 24-hour shopping. Think about it. Yesterday, my oldest son, spilled ketchup all over himself, crashed his skateboard, and ripped up all his clothes, and so he really had nothing left for today. So guess what I did at 2 o'clock this morning? I went to Walmart and got some some Coke and Pepsi, and I got him clothes at 2 a.m. And we love it when we're coming.
2 a.m. So things are open really like 24 hours, because here everything is shut at around 9 p.m. Everything is closed. The malls, the restaurants, everything, except back in the days, okay, before the COVID, the only things that were open until like 2 a.m. that was, or morning, was your bars and clubs, obviously.
Here, and that's why tourists love when they come here. From the friendly people to the 24-hour shopping to the cheap soda.
Yes.
Hey, I know you can drive those 20 hours from Florida to Illinois if you have a couple of these.
I want to do my grocery at like 5 a.m.
But that's the thing is, there are these
Let's do this.
really fun Americanisms when you do come here, and that's one of the things. All you watching, if you have those funny Americanisms, please put them in the comment section below, because we're going to make more videos on funny little American things when you are here. But anyway, I guess I'll go into the next kind of shocking thing when you come to the U.S. And our 8th shocking thing, we're going to go back to that metric system that we only understand.
Okay.
The soda, it goes into the driving. Okay? Here in the U.S., people get shocked about the driving, and I know I talked about how there's a lack of public transport and you have to drive when you are here, but when you do drive when you're here, you will be shocked how big the roads are, how big the cars are. Oh, and also, they're all automatic, okay? If you can find a stick shift, good luck. And yes, you do miles per hour here, not kilometers per hour, miles per hour. And the speed limits, they change all over the place.
I can never learn how to.
When. It's like, oh,
I know how to drive manual, but I don't know how to reverse. No, not reverse. To park in manual. So I can drive straight and maybe back, but then when we go to like parking, I have to get out of the car and let someone else park. Manual is the way to go.
It just changed, and the cops get you. Oh, there's a shocking thing.
Car.
Some countries, they just have the camera that takes pictures when you're going too fast. We have that some places in the U.S., but most of the time, you have the cops sitting on the side of the road with their radar guns watching you. Now, you've gone too fast, and the sirens come on, and they drive down and pull you over. It is quite the American experience to be pulled over for speeding, so don't speed when you're here. There are some other little things that are different. Here in the U.S., you can take a right turn on a red light. So if you're sitting there and you can take a right, you got your blinker on, and people are honking you, it's because they want you to take a right. Now, make sure you look to make sure the traffic is coming, but you can take a right on red. And the thing is...
Yeah, if your lane is going to the right and there's a red light for the other lanes, then you can definitely take a right. Yeah, I think we do that. We have that also.
Americans love our cars. I mean, it's the most liberating thing. When you're 16 years old, you can get your driver's license here. And so you get your 16 license to drive, license to live.
Some people do now, but...
And that's part of the U.S. culture. We eat in our cars. We drink in our cars.
The driving
soda.
age
Don't
here,
drink and drive. The cops will throw you in jail. They don't care what country you're from. You will go to jail. Don't drink and drive, but, drink your... liters of Coke and Pepsi. So the 9th thing that's going to shock you when you come here to the U.S. We're here in Boston, kind of the heart of history of the U.S. and the American Revolution. And the 9th thing that's going to shock you when you come to the U.S. is you will see a lot of homogeneity, i.e. that means like everything's kind of very similar everywhere you go. But also you will see different cultures and history in the U.S. We get tons of comments saying, oh, the U.S., there's no culture there, it's just McDonald's, and there's no history there, it's too young. No, there is history and there is culture here, but on the other side of it, there is a lot of homogeneity. So when you go travel around, you see the same stores. You'll see, oh, look, there's an Old Navy. Oh, look, there's a Sephora, and you'll see the same stores again and again. And it gets kind of repetitive, especially when you're going into the suburbs and kind of the newer cities and newer towns. It really looks like, I can't tell the difference between going to one city in one part of the country versus another.
I feel like I will spend a lot of time in the shops or the grocery stores or the malls or whatever. Oh, what happened? When I do go there, because it's huge, and I love
website, you have to try.
And I love like I don't know, I just love walking in the grocery store, looking around. I don't necessarily buy anything, but I just love seeing different products. I'm weird, I know, but okay, we are back.
Of the country versus another when you're doing that shopping experience or hotels and things like that. So it does get kind of shocking when you're like, what town am I in? It seems the same. But having said that, there are distinct cultures and regions here in the U.S. And that does shock people because you come here to the Northeast, to New England, you know, they have definite different food. You know, you got to have the clam chowder and they have the, what they call the New England shield where they don't really talk to the people, but they're friendly once you get to know them. Or you got the South, where you got that Southern hospitality where they feed you for days and give you tons of food and ask you how you're doing and, and all kinds of stuff. Or you got kind of like the cool, kooky West Coast.
I feel like I belong in the South, you know. I'm not a city. I love this. No, I don't really. So, it should be a mixture of both, actually, city and the rural areas. I love the South. I feel like I really belong there. I don't know why. For some reason, I feel like I will get along. I love the accent. I love the food. Oh.
It's out there. There's
like
definitely different cultures here in the U.S. and it does shock people when they drive around and realize, yes, a lot of the stuff looks the same, but the people are different in different parts of the country. So just know that, yes, this homogeneity will shock you, but there are different cultures out there because, yes, there is fantastic history here in Boston and great museums around the U.S. The Getty in L.A., the Art Institute of Chicago, the Met in New York. But you can have great history, you can have great art, you can have great culture when you are here because this is a big melting pot of the world. And the 10th thing that's going to shock you when you come to the U.S. are the hotels. Look, you can actually get a good medium priced or even lower priced hotel here in the U.S. There are tons of hotel chains here, you know, Hampton Inns and Holiday Inns and all these kind of places, and it's very standardized, okay? If you get a double room, you can probably put 4 people in there or 40 people in there because the rooms are a lot bigger. When you get 2 double beds, you get a double room, it'll have 2 beds. I.e. 2 big beds. There's no 2 single beds pushed together like in Europe. So you have all this extra space when you are there. Now, one of the things that kind of shocks people when they go do the hotels here in the U.S. is it's kind of like the relatively cheaper the hotel is, the more stuff they give you. You go to a cheap chain hotel or a medium price chain hotel like a Hampton Inn or something like that, and you get free Wi-Fi, you get a free breakfast, like as much breakfast as you want. You know, they're gonna have a pool, all kinds of really cool stuff. No resort fees. Oh my God! And then if you go to like an expensive, nice hotel, breakfast. Oh no, you get to pay for that. Oh, you want internet? Oh, that's $19 a day. You're like, what? Oh, the pool, though. If you want to use the pool and do the fun stuff, you need to do the resort fees.
The reason why people take expensive or check in expensive hotels because of the luxury part, the free, like the buffet breakfast and buffet dinners and buffet lunch, and free Wi-Fi should be, and free, I don't know what else.
You pay extra. You're like, wait, I'm paying triple the price for a nice hotel, and I actually get less amenities when I go there. It kind of boggles your mind.
Never mind.
So when you come here, just know that you can actually stay in some of these chain hotels, and it's not a problem whatsoever. Okay? Read the reviews about them, but you know, if you get one Holiday Inn Express, it's pretty much the same throughout the country. Remember that homogeneity of number 9? That really does come out in the hotels. But they are clean, they are safe, and there is a lot of price options out there. So just know, if you want a lot of the free stuff, actually you go to the cheaper ones versus the more expensive ones who have better locations and kind of cooler rooms maybe, but make you pay for a lot of things. So it's kind of shocking that, wait, I get less for more or more for less?
I know,
yes,
right?
I know. The U.S. with our stuff, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, those are our 10 kind of fun things that might shock tourists. If you want to learn more, check us out on our...
This was very, very informative, but it's a very long video because of my freaking talking. But it's really a learning experience. So why not express? That's why we're doing this video, because it's a reaction as well. And that last one was very, very frustrating or shocking because like, oh, that was sad. But there's other ways, and he gave us a great tip on that. So if ever. That was interesting. And let me know what other types of videos, I can't speak, videos you want me to react to. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave in the comment section down below what other videos like to react to. The original link of this video will be in the description box down below, so as my social media links. So guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.